Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah podcast.
Crux Crawford.
Crux, yeah podcast. Back at you again, and got a whole gang of guests, man. To this week, we got Dope City Comedy Tour right here, man. Matt, Tim, CJ, everybody, man. What's going on, boys? How are you?
Doing great, man.
What's up, man?
Hanging.
Back on the road.
That's awesome, man. I'm really glad to have you guys here. I stalked them for months, and they were like, God damn, this fucking guy won't go away, bro. This fucking door guy at the fucking Fort Worth. I guess we should go out there so he leaves us alone. But yeah, no, thanks for coming by, guys. So as usual, I do the promo stuff in the beginning, just to get out of the way, so it's not like at the very end and stuff. So for me, as always, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Crux Crawford. That's CRUX Crawford, because there's no other name like it. And where am I going to be? So this week we got Plano House of Comedy May 10th. And then we have the Tups Brewery in McKinney, Texas on Friday the 13th, Friday, May 13th.
No.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Friday the 13th, man. That's going to be interesting. And then got a bunch of other stuff in the air right now. But the first Saturday of August, I think that's August 6th, you can catch me out in Burleson, Texas, boy. Back for the second time at MacGyver's, man. I'm going to be back over there, dude. And that's where I'm at, man. Any order you guys want to go in, or if you want to do your tour, whatever, where can they find you? Where are you going to be?
Well, when's this? We're going to be
Tuesday. This comes out Tuesday.
Perfect. Tuesday. So then, all right. So the next one will be Thursday, Oklahoma City, Bricktown. Great club. I fucking love that club. That's going to be. What do we have after that? But we just booked a
Florida.
Florida. We're going down to Florida. We're doing
May 31, Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples.
That's right.
And the next day we go to Miami and then West Palm Beach. So we do a little Miami run.
June
a little
1st,
Florida
Miami.
run.
Hell yeah.
So 3 days back to back in Florida.
Yeah, and then we got stuff in the summer, but it's not for. Our next stuff's in July, right?
Yeah, that goes into June.
Yeah. But
Then July we're in Indiana and Louisville.
Yep.
Follow us on Dope City Comedy.
And Dope, just everything at Dope City Comedy on all platforms.
Don't look for me. I'm getting off social media. I'm done with it. Follow these guys. I'm not doing it.
Are you really?
I'm done with it, man. I can't do it anymore. Not that I ever really tried. I just
Yeah.
I can't. I posted 3 pictures. I'm like, this isn't for me.
It's a weird thing, dude. It's a weird thing.
But Dope City Comedy Tour, we're on all the platforms, and all of our dates will be on there, and some hilarious clips of these kids.
I mean, you're coming with us, but you got anything?
Yeah, I'm just I don't really have too much right now. Doing a bunch of Austin stuff, local shows. Follow me on the CJ Landry. Everywhere I post a bunch of Austin stuff. Doing Vulcan a bunch, been doing the Secret Show. Just did the Secret Show last week. Brian Redband show from Kill Tony. Yeah. He's put some good shows on. I don't know if you've been to any of them. Have you been to any other Secret shows?
Yeah. One.
Yeah, they're good, man. I mean, sometimes wild people pop on.
It's insane.
It's been a minute since someone crazy's been popped on, but sometimes like Ron White will just pop in, so it's pretty.
I was going to say, 'cause it's called a secret show, and 90% of the people, I'll tell you who's on it every week. It's not a really big secret,
Yeah,
man.
no.
Secret is out.
But then they do have...
Good chance you're gonna see CJ there.
Then they do have those pop-ins, though, like you were saying, man, those pop-ins. And Austin's crazy right now. It's like, what was it, the other night on Rogan's show, they had Rogan, Roseanne Barr, Ron White, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Hans Kim. It's like a fucking crazy lineup, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's just bangers.
did you hear about that? Roseanne went up at Vulcan?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Roseanne went on. Apparently didn't really have material. Were you there for it?
No, I just heard it was a riot because she didn't have material, but I don't know. I kind of was debating about it with Tim because I saw Andrew Dice Clay do a set at Vulcan, and it was also not great.
Oh yeah. Did he go a long time, or was it just quick, or what?
No, he was on there. He was headlining.
Okay.
Oh, this show?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if he just popped in or whatever.
And he's been doing the road a lot. Like, it's not like he's not like polished or he just got back in it. It was just not good.
Did he do the nursery rhymes?
No, he didn't do any of the old stuff. So I don't know. Some of the old stuff maybe he did, but it was just kind of, it almost like he wasn't even doing that exaggerated of a character anymore.
Right now he talks like being a dad. I saw him at the store like 2 years ago. he
Yeah,
popped in.
it's kind of
He's
weird.
doing like bits about going to Office Depot and stuff.
Oh,
It's like,
shit.
That was weird. Did he do any of that? Like he was doing like real mundane
Daddy
stuff.
went to Office Depot.
He was talking about
Yeah.
going to Office Depot and being confused, like where are the fucking papers at?
Dickory Depot.
The comedy career's on a downhill swing and my car got repoed. Oh!
He's got to be 60s, right?
Yeah.
Now?
Dude, at least.
He's probably
At
close.
least.
He's got to be 70.
Dude, we were listening because he's
Something
got all
like that.
these. He has all these records now, and one of them, he like came into a whole bunch of records. We're like looking through them. One of them was the Dice Clay. I think he was in Philly when that one was recorded.
I'm not sure. It was his classic
It was
album.
Philly,
It
but
says it in the recording.
God, man, we're just listening back to it. It's
Have you listened to any of that old Dice stuff lately?
Lately, no.
Yeah, it's wild.
it's funny to
these
listen to
days.
it
Right.
now in the lens of like how fucking like PC
Right.
culture and everything
Yeah.
is now. It's just it's hilarious, dude. But it's crazy how
It is.
It's still funny,
Yeah.
in a weird way.
Right.
Not like this is great comedy, but it makes you laugh. Just how dumb the stuff
Yeah.
he says is, but just what he was saying, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like,
It's like going back and watching Raw. You're like, holy
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, this is crazy, dude.
well, it's like if you watch was it All in the Family? Go watch an episode of All in the Family with Archie Bunker. He's like yeah, these fags and dagos, and it's just like you can't like say that shit now, but
good
Yeah.
show.
yeah, good show.
Really complete. Hey, so you guys, so everybody in here at one point, like pre-COVID and shit, lived in LA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I was out there for about almost 6 years. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because that's where I'm from, and I moved out here during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, because everything was closed.
Yeah, we left. Yeah, towards the end of it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
or
that
I
was
guess
insane.
we thought it was towards the end of it.
Yeah.
guess it was in the middle of it now.
Yeah, at one point I was sleeping on their couch.
Yep.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
CJ was homeless, living in LA. We're like, just come over here, man.
It was brutal. I broke up with a girl I was living with. Actually, Matt had to come help me move my shit into my car, and she was in the apartment with her friend, just like ignoring us while I was packing my shit up.
The friend was wicked hot. I remember that.
The friend was really
I was
hot.
like, you should see if you could move in with her.
CJ had a bad day. He broke up with his girl. He lost his apartment, and then he also worked for her dad. So he lost his job immediately as soon as he broke up with the girl.
I lost the job.
That was a trifecta.
Girl
rough
and
day,
apartment.
man.
Hey.
Yeah.
And COVID was, it was like there was no work out there. It was like just
It's like a bad country song, you know? It's just like he lost everything, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, did you like LA?
Yeah, I mean, I used to love it, man. It's just like, so my thing with it is, you know, like being from there and everything, I'll tell you, like LA 15 plus years ago was really cool. It was a really fun place, you know, a really unique place. And I loved it. But then like, I'd say like in the last like 5 years or so, like all the policies and all this shit, like it was kind of going downhill and getting out of control, like homeless and like just different things and then culturally. But then COVID like accelerated all of the things that were already going wrong in the first place. So it was like, dude, this is crazy. It's getting out of control. But CJ, didn't you go out there with like someone from like the Dallas scene or something? Did you move out there?
Yeah, with this guy Gage Tiarina. He's still he doesn't do comedy anymore, but he still like works on comics, like podcasts, and edits their stuff for him. So yeah, we actually ended up moving out there, and yeah, like I was working at a studio there. I was just like interning. And the studio also owned a weed company, so I was delivering. It's very LA. I was
typical half hybrid podcast studio,
yes,
weed
entertainment
distribution warehouse.
/ weed
Yeah.
deal, and yeah, I was delivering weed during like all the wildfires and shit, which is nuts. And I was just interning, kind of like in the afternoon, with the podcast thing, and everybody that was like, you know, doing studio time at the studio was like regulars at the Comedy Store,
Right.
except for these goofballs. But everyone else was pretty much like, you know, it's like Josh Wolf, Freddie Prinze Jr., like Donnell Rawlings was in there a couple times. Jeremiah, it's like a bunch of regulars there.
It was a fun studio. Yeah.
And they had guests that came in all the time that were like kind of freakishly like celebrities. Jeff Garland was in there. Fucking Macaulay Culkin came in one time. Saw him. He kind of looks like you actually. Now he's kind of, he's like weird. It's weird to like look at someone
So he's not 9 years old anymore?
Yeah.
Through you?
Well, I'm just saying, it's weird to look at someone and like be like, holy shit, that guy's 40. I definitely knew him. I feel like I knew him at 8 very well. I've probably seen him at 8 more than I've seen some of my cousins.
Like when you saw him on Joe Rogan or whatever, like a couple years ago. Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
Yeah, he's on like a bun. I mean, it was weird. He came in, he had like fuzzy pink bunny ears on his head, and then he had like tight skin, like skin tight, like pink jeans that are all ripped up. And then he had
exactly like me.
He had like rainbow, like this just like cracked rainbow nail polish on. It was just like, man, this guy's been through it for sure.
Didn't he like what? Didn't he have like a bad drug problem at one point?
I think he still does.
There was photos I remember where he looked like absolute shit though.
Yeah.
But apparently he's like when I saw him on Rogan, he looked better. Like he looked pretty
he
normal
looks pretty,
dude. Like
yeah.
But like I've seen photos where he looked like I think he was on drugs or something. But
You think?
I don't know. I mean, who's drugs are good.
His
but,
eyes were bleeding in every photo for the last 12 years. I think
but he
might
did
be
look
on
like
drugs.
shit for a while. Yeah.
But good. He has a kid though. He has a kid with Brenda Song.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the girl from whatever Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, I think it was. Hot Asian girl, Wendy Wu. Yeah.
Missing all that.
I know.
You don't know Brenda Song?
No.
She's pretty hot, dude. So yeah, they have a kid. They have a kid together now. So I think he's got his life together. But yeah, it was just weird seeing like weird celebrities like that, like from my childhood. Like, because Freddie Prinze Jr. was on the Scooby-Doo movies.
Right. Yeah.
He was Freddie. So like I was like,
He did his pod like right before ours, so he was there every time we were there.
yeah, and then like Macaulay Culkin, and then Raven Simone fucking popped in whenever they were doing Kyle Massey's podcast, who was her brother in the That's So Raven show. Oh yeah, and
Right.
Isn't he like crazy?
yeah, I would. Well, it's funny because I'd always smoke weed with him, and I'd always be like, Corey in the house every time I'd like smoke weed with him, and he's like, shut the fuck up, you know. But yeah, Kyle Massey was a weird one because he got like really Instagram, whatever. He was like doing Instagram sketches. That was his whole thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there that were like washed up celebs, now doing like bad sketches on Instagram.
It's always trippy how easily, like, you know, because like, I'm kind of used to this, but once you spend some time in LA, it's kind of funny how easily you just run into people. Because you think like, okay, I know there's celebrities here, but you probably have to be in certain circles to run into. It's like, it's really not that hard, right? It's hard. It's a lot easier than you think, right?
The Ralph's by our house, every time I walk in there, you'd see people go home and see him on the movies, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
That guy from Office Space was in there all the time. I think
Which guy? Stapler
Which guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Stabler guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Milton?
You never saw him. He was at Ralph's every time I went there.
I mean, I don't.
I'd see him and Ron Jeremy 3 times. They both
Fucking
live right next to
hedgehog.
us.
Didn't he live like right by us?
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'd see him staggering down the street every day.
I don't know if I'd notice him without those big ass glasses on his face.
The Milton guy?
He looked really rough when I saw him.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And then other people like I don't know their names.
Wait, is he the same guy that you watch that show Barry on HBO?
Yeah.
He's in that show. Isn't that the guy from Office Space?
He's in the
The one that plays
volleyball.
Fuchs or whatever.
He's in that dodgeball movie also. He was in that movie.
Yeah, I think he's in Barry. I don't know.
I don't know. But I would see guys.
Dude, that show Barry kicks ass. You watch that shit?
No.
Oh, dude.
Fucking
You'll get
amazing,
hooked.
dude.
You'll get hooked. Especially if you know anything about LA and stuff, and like you like worked in a couple places where around, you'll laugh your ass off because it's like, dude, this is so fucking accurate.
Right. What's it on? Barry.
HBO.
Oh.
You watch HBO Max, the new season
There
just
you go.
started.
Dude, HBO always has the best shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
they
really
do.
does.
And it's so specific too. Like
They do.
I watched a few episodes, and after their acting class, they all went to this one bar that was right by where I was staying.
It was called Residuals.
It had, was it actually
Yeah, it's
Residuals
real.
in the show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Residuals.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah.
was like, all right. Then I thought they were just like making it look like it was Residuals. Yeah. I was like, I played darts in that bar. I know that place.
That it's funny because it's about not only I mean, it's really funny, but there's also like first of all, Bill Hader's a fucking insanely good actor. I had no idea.
Yeah.
he could act like that. But it's like it's funny, it's dark, I don't know.
It's well written.
One of the best shows I've ever seen. It's fucking
No,
amazing,
Hank.
dude.
I don't watch anything, and I watch like 5 episodes.
Yeah,
of that. Yeah.
it's good. I'm rewatching the second season because I watched season 1 and 2 during COVID, but it was so long ago. I'm like rewatching the second season before I watch season 3. Season 3 is out now. I get the 2 or 3 episodes are out, right?
Yeah. I think there's a couple episodes of season 3.
It's a fucking good show, dude.
Yeah. What area did you guys live in LA?
We were in Hollywood. We were at basically like La Brea, like Fountain and La Brea.
Okay.
Blocks out the sunset. And
Right.
La Brea.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is great because the studio that we were doing our podcast, we literally walked there.
Oh, that's
right
cool.
there. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah. That's great.
Walk away.
Were you in LA or were you in like OC or like?
Me?
Yeah.
North Hollywood.
North Hollywood.
Yeah, originally. And then my wife's from Thousand Oaks. So, yeah, like Ventura County area. I was living in Simi Valley when I moved. That was the last place I was living in.
What made you pick the Dallas area?
So a couple of different things. I always liked it here when I used to like tour when I was like, I was doing music and stuff. So every time I would come through Dallas, I always had a good time. So always a good vibe. And then on top of that, I was like, too many people are moving to Austin. You know what I mean? I was like, they're just getting like, I feel like it's like oversaturated. So let me move somewhere else. And then plus, with my job, like I was able to transfer. So like, it was like perfect. It was like, oh, this is great. This is a spot. But yeah, man, like, and it's kind of cool because I'm positioned, like, as you guys can see in the area that I live in, where it's not super far from me though. It's not like I live like in the middle of Dallas, so it's like accessible for me to go to a place like Austin. It's not like 4 hours away or anything, so it's doable. But yeah, that's why. The thing that trips me out about Texas now that I've been here for a little while is like on the note of like everything's also weed, is that you need a drug dealer here. Like if you want to buy weed, isn't that fucking weird?
Wow.
That blows me away because weed's been
It's a pain in the ass. Like we like yesterday after the show, I was like trying to like find people.
Yeah,
like,
I have
like,
heard you say I need some weed.
I'll just yell it. I'll just yell it, and Bob, like, anyone got weed? And like no one had weed yesterday. It was fucking awful, dude. Yeah. But we moved so we live in Austin now, and same thing. Like I didn't have like any weed guy, so luckily there's a guy that works at the creek in the. I don't know if I'm putting him on blast. There's a dude that frequently is around the creek in the cave.
There's a guy that used to work at the creek in the cave. So
yeah, you
out of the back.
You could just kind of like yeah. So like I just noticed he's always got weed. So that's kind of like my dispensary now. I'll just show up there if I need weed, but. Yeah, it's not
anyone that's ever out trying to find weed or any kind. Just go to the comedy club.
Yeah,
no matter that stands for any city out there. If you need weed or drugs, just go to any comedy club.
That's actually a good idea.
Talk to any door guy.
It does suck though, because LA. I mean, dude, 300 feet from our house, there was a dispensary. I could just walk there. They always had weed. It was fucking great.
They were never dry.
They had like a reward program. Like for every like $100 you spend, you got like 20 back. I would like save my points, and at the end of the month, I get myself like a free quarter. It was amazing, dude. Yeah, I had like fucking weed points. It was fucking awesome. Now but Texas is like they are. It's not. I mean, it's 2022, so like no one's crazy about weed, but like as crazy as you can be about weed, I still feel that way out here in Texas. Like, dude, you got pulled over the other day. You said you had a joint on you, and here you tell us story. But yeah, like
I was in Dallas, dude. It was right after a show at the Addison Improv. Who was I with? Oh, I was featuring for Ali Makovsky. And I just like finished my set, and then somebody walked up to me after had a joint and was like, "Oh, let's smoke a joint. Like, have a joint. You can have my second one." And I was like, "Great." So like I smoked the whole joint with him, and I had 2 drinks. So like I was kind of buzzed or whatever, and like the show was done. And I felt like I was like, all right, like I'm like okay to drive. I'm like fine. Not like crazy. I probably felt I was like buzzed, like I had 2 beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'll drive to back home, back to Austin. And so I was driving. I just forgot to turn my blinker on whenever I got onto the interstate.
That's what he pulled you over for?
He pulled me over.
Turn signal?
Yes.
Oh man. Was he tailing? Did you notice him behind you before?
Dude, it was literally as soon as I got onto the on-ramp,
the lights came on.
So he was probably just chilling by the on-ramp. And then the guy walked up through my passenger side, and he was like, I rolled down the window, asked me for my stuff, and he's like, "Step out the car, please." And like I just stepped out. And he's like, yeah. And then the guy's like, there's 2 officers, and he was training a guy to pat me down. He was like training a guy. He's like, yeah, so you want to, it's not a pat down, but you want to pat him down right here to do left leg, right leg. Like literally like giving him a training seminar while I'm like, am I getting fucking arrested right now? Like what is happening? I'm like freaking out. And
then you want to cuff him real tight.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, dude?
Any lip, you just fucking.
Dude, and I'm tripping because I'm like.
Turn off the camera.
Yeah. and I'm tripping because I'm like, dude.
That's good.
I'm tripping because I'm like, dude, is he going to breathalyze me right now? Like he's going to go P's and Q's on this fucking on me right now because he's trying to show off.
This is a white boy. We treat them a little bit different. So.
Dude, I'm just like nervous as hell. Like, fuck, dude, if they breathalyze me, like I'm probably fucked. And I'm like, I don't know if my eyes are red right now or what. Like, I kind of smoked weed before this. So then and they were like, do you have any weed in the car? We smelled weed. And I was like, yeah, I got a joint. I dropped it on the fucking driver's side, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be honest,
Yeah.
And
that works out well.
Yeah, because I dropped it on the floorboard.
By the way, that's like the whitest thing. He's like,
who told you telling me you got weed in the car? I didn't tell you got weed in the car.
the whitest privilege. Just been like, I just figured honesty with the cops the best policy, but it worked, right?
It's a sativa hybrid.
Well, I mean, dude, it was a joint. It was like a brand new joint. It wasn't hit at all. So it was like
a pre-roll.
Yeah. And so which was a bummer, but it was funny because he got the guy. He was like, yeah, we're gonna let him, search a car. We're trying to teach him how to whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, and I told him exactly where it was. Dude, it still took the guy like 20 minutes to find where it was in my car.
Well, if we're training him, I'm gonna let him try to find it.
I told him exactly where it was.
Are you outside being warmer?
Like, it's my floorboard on the driver's side. Still took him at least 15 minutes to find it.
Wow.
It was hilarious. He was like lifting the mat. He was like going around like.
At one point, he's like, I'll just get it for you, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I could get it.
I got one in my pocket too. Here, just like,
Dude, that's so fucking funny, bro. You try to be honest, and then they can't even fucking find it. That's
That'd
great.
be great
dude.
if they couldn't find it, and you're like, so we're good then?
He even did like the
But
dumb.
didn't he say to you, like, most cops would still fuck with you about weed, but he's like, I'll be cool, but like.
Yeah, he was like a cool like Hispanic guy or
isn't
whatever.
it wild how a cop can simply be cool just by not doing his job? You know what I mean? He's like, my job is to arrest you right now, but I'm going to be cool and not do my job. All right,
Well, it was
thanks,
funny.
guys.
He was like, well, it's about to be legal anyway, so I mean, it's not, I don't really care. He's like, I don't care if you smoke weed, just do it at home, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, yeah. And I told him I was a comic, right? And I just came from a show. I was telling him all that shit. And so he was like trying to be funny the whole time.
Oh shit.
And so whenever the guy finally found my joint and walked back, he's like, oh, is it good shit? I guess we should find out, huh? And like act like he was going to light it up or whatever. I was like, oh my God. Hilarious. Yeah, I was like, cool, man. And then he's like, and he was like, yeah, just stomp it out. He's like, we want you to stomp it out right now. I was like, okay.
You rubbed your nose in it.
And then like, yeah, he like made me like step on it and like ruin it. And I was like,
ruin it.
Yeah.
You're like gingerly, you're like,
well, at first,
have a nice day.
He said, all right.
You see him just go around the block.
He said, all right, just like destroy it. And I was like, okay. And I started unwrapping the top. That's what I started doing. I was like trying to like shake it out.
Dude, that's fucking
I was like, these
hilarious,
papers
man.
are still good. Those are good papers.
he's like, I want you to destroy it. I'll destroy it right now.
I'm gonna burn right. You know what we should do is just burn it. We should just burn it.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
And so, yeah, and then he was just like, we're just letting you off. They literally didn't give me a ticket, nothing. I mean, white privilege, call it what you want, but whatever.
Dude, I'll tell you though, man, once again, another white guy talking about cops here, but I've gotten pulled over when I was actually going to a mic in Fort Worth, Texas. And the cop was super nice too. Like I pulled over and then he was like, hey, where are you going? You missed a stop sign. And I was like, to be honest, man, I'm going to do comedy. I'm a little late. And he was like, no way, comedy? And then he was like, cool. Yep. But like
I've never pulled that card in my life.
Dude, it does help.
And
It
he was
does
like
help.
excited and
he was really nice, but I think because if you did that in LA, I feel like LAPD would be like, oh yeah, cool, so is everybody else.
Right.
Like, who gives a fuck, bro? Like fucking,
Well, that's now in Austin, like everyone's moved there to do comedy. So
Yeah.
my brother was in town the other day, so of course we took him out for barbecue. And the cashier at the barbecue place, is talking to my brother who's not from Austin. He's like, oh, I'm just visiting. The guy's like, oh, you're visiting? He's like, have you checked out any comedy shows yet? And I was just like, what? And then the catcher's like, yeah, so I said to him, are you a comic? He goes, well, I've done Kill Tony. I was like, okay.
That's fucking funny, dude.
What about the Uber driver?
And then 3 days later, we get in an Uber and we're at the creek. We got to leave the creek. It's 1:30 at night, 1:45 or something. We get into an Uber and it was three of us. And so one of them was going to take shotgun, and my brother goes to open the front door, and there's like a 7-year-old kid sleeping in the front seat. It's 1:30 in the morning on a Wednesday night.
Wow.
And the Uber driver's got his son with him in the front seat. And I was like, oh, what is going on? And the kid's got blue hair, by the way.
I forgot all about that.
You forgot. So the three of us pile in the back seat, and we start talking to this guy, and he's super country. You can tell. He's country for Texas. So we start talking to him, and his girl had just landed at the airport, couldn't get an Uber. He hears him on the phone, and he's like, you throw me a couple bucks, I'll swing by and pick her up. And we're like, all right, perfect. So now we're on an extended ride with this guy.
By the way, we swing up. I was just watching my girlfriend's face. I'm like, we're in an Uber. We'll come pick you up. She pulls up.
We show up in a car with a guy, his kids, three
kids
people in the
sleeping.
back seat. She's got a suitcase.
She just like sits on our lap. We're going, but he tells we're like, so he's like, yeah, sorry, like me and the kid it's like we just moved out here and we're kind of living in the car, and I got to take him on my Uber rides, and we're like, shit. We're like, what brought you out here, And he's like,
why would you?
He goes, pursuing my dream of comedy. And we're like, dog,
Jesus,
maybe get a place to stay first. Because the kid's 8 years old, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're living in the car.
Right.
And he moved out here to do comedy.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, are you getting up?
Wow, dude.
He's done three open mics in his
He's
life.
only done comedy 3 times. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to live in the car with the kid. I'm ready.
Oh, man.
I'm all about chasing your dream, but
yeah, but dude, that's fucking that's intense. You're bringing somebody else into it.
He dropped us off. We're like, do we call the state? Like, is this kid okay? Like, what do we? I didn't know there was. I mean, we didn't, but I was like, I don't know if there's any like moral obligation here. But
did he mention anything about Rogan? I wasn't.
Of course, he's talking about Rogan.
Dude, here's the thing. This is so funny.
And that's what he said. Is like Rogan is destroying all these people's lives.
Yeah. It's
funny.
funny.
They're gonna move out here and do a show.
It is.
Fucking Ron White the next day, and it's like, it was.
Yeah, it's crazy because
like, who else is doing comedy?
He's definitely making. I think he's touching lives. He's definitely making some better, but man, the amount of lives he's ruining too. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I like, because I talk about, obviously, like any other comedians, like whenever I have other comedian guests on here, we always talk about that, and everybody talks about the difference between like like doing comedy here. Especially when you're new versus doing it in Austin, where it's like really oversaturated right now because of recent events. And everybody complains like, oh yeah, even if I go to some bar open mic, there's like 70 comics, right? And it's going until 2 a.m. It's like, my thing with that though is it's like, just like with any art form or anything that's like in or any city, everybody, and I think you guys will agree with me, everybody starts doing something, right? So like everybody will start doing something and do it for a little while. You know what I mean? Like everybody, tons of people are starting comedy, right? Tons of people start a podcast, but how many people continue to do comedy or a podcast or continue to have a band or continue to do something when it gets hard, when you realize it's not going to happen overnight, when you realize the shit sucks for a while, you know what I mean? And how many people stick through that? And I guarantee you, everybody that's there right now, 6 months, it's going to be complete turnover.
Dude, you're so spot on because everybody I talk to, we've all been doing it for, 9-10 years, but
That's
everybody
amazing.
I talk to, I'm like, oh, cool. How long? I mean, even guys that I see like that are like getting booked, like some of like the staples of the scene. They're like 2-year comics.
Yeah, in Austin, all the kids that are running shows are 2 years in or less, or they're 2 years in, including COVID. So I'm like, well,
like they're like,
I started in the spring of 2020. I'm like,
people tell me that they're like, yeah, I started in like 21. I'm like, what? Like,
where? How? What were you doing?
But yeah, you nailed it. I mean, dude, it's like you said, it's 70 people on a mic with a combined experience of 4 years or something like that. It's crazy. I mean, Austin is.
Now you're talking about me, and that's
no. Well, you got 3 years.
Not at all, man. You
years.
fucking dude. You've transcended multiple states, and shit got tough in another area.
We always tell this guy he's light years beyond where he even should.
You always got a sofa to sleep on, CJ. Don't worry about it.
The thing is like Austin is. We've only been there for like 6 weeks, and I like it. But it does feel like a little bit like it's kind of like summer camp for open micers. You know what I'm saying? Like someone described it to me recently like that. And I'm like, that's pretty spot on because it is like, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it's just it's a lot of. I mean, dude, Comedy's alive there though. Like you walk
Yeah,
around and
there's a lot going on.
Oh, it's fucking banging.
There's
for sure.
shows every night. There's so. But yeah, it's it kind of feels like the Wild West. It's like everything's for the taking. Like the whole scene is ran by people that are 2 years in, so it's like there's no hierarchy or pecking order, and it's just kind of like open, So
Yeah,
which is
right,
kind of
okay,
good. But
okay, yeah. For sure. No, it makes sense, man. Because like I'm new to comedy. I'm gonna be a year in next month, but I've been doing like 5 to 10 open mics a week constantly this whole fucking year, and then just saturate myself trying to meet people, trying to network, and I can see. I mean, even in the small ass amount of time that I've been doing comedy, people have dropped off. You know what I mean? So,
of course.
and just like with anything, just like I said, with any art form or anything where it takes a while, you're gonna see that. Like you see people fall off.
Well, you said you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
How long have you played music? A long time.
So yeah, since I was a kid.
But so you at least know though the mentality, the work ethic it takes. I mean, I think transition.
Years.
You were a musician for. I was actually a
A
musician.
lot of comics were.
You were a musician. It's funny. Like I think it makes it an easier transition because like you just said, dude. It's going to be a mountain to climb. There's going to be a lot of bad days. It's going to be. Like I know these people who are like a year in, they're like, yeah, I just want to start making money already. Like,
Yeah.
doing comedy?
Jesus
I'm like, what the
Christ,
fuck? Yeah,
bro.
like, I was like, what? Like,
Dude.
but
I remember being in when I was in LA. You ever go to West Side Comedy Club in Santa Monica?
I know of it.
Pretty cool club. But I was sitting in the green room there, and man, this girl just said so. And at the time, I moved out to LA. I was already featuring. I wasn't headlining yet, but small headline shows here and there, but featuring a decent amount. So I wasn't brand new to comedy, but I go out there and this one girl who was around everywhere, I see her a lot, was complaining that she didn't get on something on Comedy Central and was really upset. And I was like, well, how long have you been doing comedy? She says, 2 years. I'm like, well, what do you want to be on TV your second year in? And she was like so mad already. I'm like, well, I don't know if you're cut out for this because it's going to be a minute. You know what I mean?
So do you guys know who Alonzo Bowden is?
Yeah.
So he's a friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time just because we're both sober. We're both in AA. So I've
New
known
kid
him.
in the game.
Yeah. I've known him for a long time. And he did my podcast when I first started it because he was still in LA and I was here. So he did it on Zoom. But he was talking about, he's like, dude, any money that you make at all your first 4 years or so doing comedy, just consider it like a bonus. He's like, if you get $25 to do something your first 4 years, like that's amazing. He's like, because you shouldn't be getting really anything. You know what I mean? So
That's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand, especially like playing. I was playing in a bar band before I started doing comedy, and I wasn't very good, but our band was okay. But I'd get $100 every gig. And then you go do comedy and you think, it's probably about the same. And you're like, no one gets paid anything.
the thing is weird. Like playing covers in bands it's easy to make money. But I think even more than comedy, I think the hardest thing to make money at is playing original music. I think it's the hardest thing to get paid to do. I mean, it's so hard. But comedy is the thing is, I don't know, people see, especially nowadays, the mentality is so much off because people see someone that like, this guy blew up on TikTok and now he's selling out fucking theaters, so they just think it's going to happen to them. But it's like,
but here's the thing that also really gets me. I've been doing this for almost 12 years. I still don't do it for the money.
right?
You know what I mean? If you're doing it for the money, there's other ways to make a lot more money. I just can't imagine doing comedy for the money. First off, so much of it sucks. Like, why would you even do that? But it's like, I like doing comedy.
Well, there's what's that old Todd Barry joke where he's doing a gig, after a gig one time, the guy walks up to me and goes, I got to ask you a question. He goes, can you make $1 million doing this? And the guy's like, and Todd's like, why? He's like, because I've been thinking about getting into comedy, but I got to know that there's money in it. And he's like, well, I can tell you're getting into this for the right reasons. He's like, he goes, first year in the biz, 700,000. He's like, but yeah, you should definitely go, chase your dream of instant wealth through stand-up comedy. But it's like, it's a weird, I don't know, man. But just like anything, if you're gonna be, no one just like, I'm gonna be a doctor, and then within a month you're like a doctor making like, it's 12 years of school. It says you have to learn and do residencies and all these things, and you have all this debt to pay off. It's like, so why do you think you can just become a famous musician or comedian or actor or whatever overnight?
With anything, whether it's like a normal job or something in the arts, like it takes a while, dude. Shit has to suck for a while. You have to pay you got to build up and learn and make mistakes and do stuff and grow from it. That's like with music, it's not an overnight thing, man. Like I get you know, a good amount of royalties and stuff for the projects that I'm involved in, you know, but that's taken years. That's taken a long time.
Right.
That's taken getting fucked over and learning lessons and driving, you know, 6 hours to go play in front of 10 people. And then the promoter tries to rip you off. You know what I mean? And
If I only had $1.
Isn't it crazy though how music and comedy too, like it's weird how the talent, like everyone just tries to rip you off. Like the bookers.
Well, everybody's on coke. Like it's all run by people that are on coke. You know what I mean?
the
It's
main
all run
reason.
by borderline
I think we're
homeless
dealing
people
with
that
that
are on
this
coke.
weekend.
That's everybody's career is in those kinds of guys' hands.
Right.
So it's not a surprise when you think about it, right? When you look at who's in
Well,
charge.
you hear, I mean, there's stories of guys in the 80s that would do a weekend and they'd be like, do you want cash, coke, or a mix of both? Like, that's how they would pay them. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I heard.
Like,
That's what I've heard.
right. Like, it's, I mean, it's not that way anymore. Although, you know, I think we should just start getting paid in coke. Just cut the middleman
I'd
right
love
out
to
of
see
it.
how they weigh it because
Well, that's the thing.
here's a pound. I was like, wait.
But that's the thing too. It's like you think you have like a deal, right? You're like, okay, we've agreed on these terms. Then you get there, and when the manager pulls out the thing, he's just like, what?
We call it
Yeah.
magic math. We're like,
Yeah.
how far off are they going to be?
There's
on
always
this deal?
some other
You know?
guy they have to check with who's not answering the phone. He's not answering. I don't know. We'll mail it to you. It's like what the fuck?
It's so funny, and we're not at the bottom level anymore. We're at club level,
Dude,
and,
yeah.
and still you go in there to get paid. We both have to go in every single time and check the math every single time. And again, I'm not like so up on but I don't want to just be a schmo and be ripped off. But like it's
Here's the thing. We're not
here's
that
the
smart.
deal. It's black and white. How are you messing that up?
Yeah.
You're a manager at a club.
Yeah.
You can't multiply.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy.
Never right.
Right.
But
Our
the
check
music
is
business is
never
the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So I'll tell you, like when I was 19, 20, 21, and we were doing shows and like, you know, you sell a bunch of tickets and all that stuff. And then the promoter comes up to you and he goes, okay, guys, so there was this overhead and there was this and there was that and there was this and this tax and that tax. So here's $50. You know what I mean? And then like, you're just like, so back then I didn't know anything. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know, like it's completely getting ripped off in hindsight. Then when you get to be like 24, 25 and you're rolling up to a venue like in Vegas or whatever. And like the guy's like, you know, hey, so you guys are going to go first. And it like, and open up the show, no one's there. It's like, nah, man, like that's not, we look at our pre-sales. Like that's not where we're at, dude. We're not going first. So then you just get tired because then you start to get wise to it. Just like you're talking about.
exactly
so
right,
I've had that.
dude.
And they're like, okay, well, you guys don't have to play the show at all. I'm like, okay, well then how about this? You can go ahead and tell all the people that we sold tickets to that we're not playing and refund their money and refund ours then. We don't have to play. He was trying to play chicken with me. I was like, because I was so jaded at that point. I was like, we don't have to fucking play. I'm not going to play. We'll pack up all our shit, dude. Fuck you. So then he like goes, and like goes inside, comes out 5 minutes like, okay, you guys can go on third. Oh, thank you for giving me the spot that I was already gonna have. Like,
isn't it weird? Because you walk away and you go, it doesn't have to be this way.
No.
You know, music, comedy, it's supposed to be a fun thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and they just,
We did one where we had a weird afternoon show or something, and we sold like 100 tickets, but only 82 people showed up. And there was 100 tickets sold, and the guy's like, "I'm gonna go ahead and pay you for the 100 sales." I'm like, "Yeah." Like he was doing us a
So
favor.
this is what I'm doing
He was
for you.
actually giving us a kind of
This
what
is
we
what I'm gonna hook
actually
you guys up
sold,
with, yeah.
not the attendance. I'm like, wait,
Duh.
attendance? What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
he was like that cop. He's like, I'm going to be cool.
I'm gonna be cool.
I'm gonna be cool
and
here and
Actually,
pay
pay
you
you
for
for
the-
what we owe you.
We're like, oh, so the door deal was 80-20 of all sales, and you're gonna honor that? Great, thank you.
you're not gonna keep 100% of the ones that didn't show.
Dude.
The way he said it was just
Yeah.
so funny. It was like,
Well,
all right.
yeah, no, ridiculous. The most recent thing that happened, like in terms of jaded, like just fucking dirty music business / show business shit that blows me away, or doesn't surprise me anymore, really. Right before COVID, you probably know this, CJ. Have you guys ever heard of the band Attila?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Franz from Attila, he had a record, and I'll tell you guys the situation. You can make your own judgment. So he had a record label called Stay Sick Recordings, where he was signing artists, and he had his own label. His manager, this guy named Mike, fucking moron, dude. This guy, I don't give a fuck anybody here. The guy's a fucking moron. It's public. That guy, dude. That guy
Not like
has
you're breaking news that this guy's a moron.
Attila, Chelsea Grin, like all these big metalcore bands, dude. Their careers are their money is in this guy's hands. And I tell you, this guy couldn't get a job at fucking Taco Bell, dude. This guy's a fucking moron, dude. So we dealt with them back and forth in emails. He liked one of our songs, and we ended up doing a collaboration song with him. It's out now. I get all the royalties, motherfuckers, to go listen to it. But yeah, we did this song together, and that was the release. And there was to make a very long, boring story short, there was options in the contract, right? So you do one song, and then there's another song, and then you can option to do an EP, and then option to do an LP, and it's all based on performance of each stage in the contract when the songs get released. So we released this one song, and then we had a budget, right? So there was like $2,000 for marketing and then $5,000 for a video and promotions, right? So we were like, cool. So we released the song, we put it out, they put it on the label, they do a big announcement on their Instagram and all that shit. And then it's out. We're excited. You know, we're like, dude, we're working with them. We're going to license this song. You know, it does really well. The numbers in the first 30 days were great. So we're like, cool. So when are we going to do the next one, right? Because it met the threshold for what the standards were for that first option, right? So then his manager, Mike, emailed back and goes like, hey guys, you know what? I think we're just going to go ahead and part ways. We weren't really like feeling it. And we were like, no problem, man. So, what about the $5,000 for the video? Are we going to do that now, or are we going to schedule that for later? And then he was like, oh, honestly, man, I think what we'll do is we'll probably just go ahead and just cut it off there, because like we don't really have the budget for that. And we're like, okay. Well, you see, that doesn't matter because we signed a contract that guarantees us that money. So it doesn't really matter how you feel about it, because that's what you owe us. So once again, are you going to pay us now or are you going to pay us later? And then he was just like, well, honestly, I'll just give you guys the song back and you can collect all the royalties. We're like, no, dude. We want the $5,000 and we would like it now. So then he was just like, no, sorry, guys, I can't do that. And so long story short, man, we had to go through a year-long fucking lawsuit.
Oh, no.
But this is the best thing, dude. We got to legally, and this is all public record. You can look this up in fucking Orlando, because that's where they were based out of. That's where the label is based out of. So we won a judgment in Santa Monica against the label and him. And then we had to get that transferred over to Florida. And then we got, long story short, their Bank of America account as a record label, Stay Sick Recordings. We got to legally have their bank account frozen and have Bank of America cut a cashier's check out to us plus court fees for the $5,000 plus the court fees. Yeah. I took a picture of it. The last email, I didn't do it because the guy that I do this project with didn't want me to, for a lot of different reasons. So I out of respect to him, I didn't do it. But the last email he sent was, you guys will get no financial compensation from me. I took a picture of that check. I so badly wanted to reply to the email and go, well, what's this then, motherfucker? You know what I mean? But I didn't. But then, so check this out, where I said, use your own judgment. So no proof of anything, no concrete fact here. However, right after their bank account got frozen and we drafted that money out of it, they all of a sudden changed their record label from Stay Sick Recordings to Modern Empire and go make an announcement on social media. We're going to take this in a new direction. I wonder why.
Dang.
Because you realize you couldn't. And then all these stories, we started talking on Instagram with all these other artists, like so many, like he's like taking shit from different people who do graphic art without paying. That guy has a long history of not paying people, dude. Unfortunately, you know.
Like you said, the reason they do it is most people or just go, okay, we got fucked, you know, and they're not going to actually go and go through the whole process, because that's a pain in the ass to go do all that legal shit, you know?
Yeah.
But no, fucking good for you, dude.
We just did one a little bit ago where we went to get paid. And of course, it took a couple of days and we get paid. And it's like, they charged us a venue rental. I was like, we had never talked about that, you know, and it wasn't a whole lot. And it was just enough to be like, we're just not going to work with you guys anymore.
But it's something you knew that necessarily,
you know? No, we would never. By the way, you could have charged us $8,000 for the venue rental. We didn't agree on anything. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this? Well, there was like, well, I think we're done working with those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was one time where we gave out a bunch of free tickets, and they were like, okay, so like we gave a bunch of free tickets, and the deal was like, we're gonna get this money for this many dollars per comp that shows up, and then if we hit this many people, we get a bonus on it. You know, so we hit all that. So the person's cutting us the check. And they're like, okay, and they go, so it's going to be this much, minus, of course, the 8% sales tax. And we're like, oh, it's a free ticket. We're like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, and they were like, oh, well, no, I mean, it's like a state tax. And we're like, no.
It was a comp.
No.
It was a give out ticket.
Nope. It's free tickets. Nope. And then like they had like, well, hold on, and they'd like call someone. And then, of course, if you stand your ground a little bit, they're like, oh, okay. And they gave us the full amount. But it's like, why do we even have to go through this? What was the song and dance? Just save a couple $100? Like, stupid.
Yeah,
like,
no, totally, man.
It's endless. That's why I said, if you're in this for the money, it's gonna be a rough ride.
You got to enjoy doing the art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Well, then
you don't want to get ripped off. That's the thing.
Of course, yeah. And like to circle back to it, obviously, just like you're saying, like the point is, you know, you do this because you fucking love to do it, and you got to like suffer through a lot of that crap, just like with anything you're trying to build up. But then, hey, man, slowly but surely, man, years go by, some people get interested in you, and then those people tell people, and it builds up to a point where like, holy holy shit, man, I'm fucking actually making some money here. And then it's like, holy shit, I'm making more money here. You know, that can all happen, but it's not going to happen in the 2 years that you do comedy and drive around with your kid in an Uber.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God.
God, that poor kid, bro. But I tell people too, like, you got to fall in love with the whole process of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, I'm going to be instantly wealthy and famous. And by the way, isn't it always funny how it works out? The people that always want to be famous overnight aren't any good. You know what I'm saying? It's always like not the good ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
The talented people do it the right way. They go through it. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. And another thing that I'm finding personally, like, and I'm sure you guys will relate, like, everybody who is really good and like really funny, like, they are always pretty cool and pretty humble, like in terms of just like relative to where they are, you know? And then without fail, like not naming any names, obviously, but so many comedians that I run into that like have an ego or are dicks, like go up there and just fucking bomb like every time, dude. It's like, it's the classic thing. It's like, it
we were talking about that
blows me away.
Just last night. We were talking about how it's like when like, you can always tell like somebody you go, hey, how's your set? And someone's like, great crowd, had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that guy probably did real well. He's, you know, but like somebody gets off stage like murdered, crushed, melted the place down. It's like, I always see people. It's funny too. I see guys like post on social media, but like just melted in another room, absolutely destroyed.
Melted?
And I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, I was at that show. You bombed the whole time. Like,
our Uber driver, I immediately followed him on Instagram.
It's fascinating. Yeah.
I was like, so you're a comic, and you know, the story that he's telling us is just insane. So I was like, I got to see what this guy's up to. And he's done the open mic at the Lucky Duck. He's got 3 pictures on there. Just killed it again. I was like, oh my God. That's exactly what he said. Just killed it again. His second mic ever.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I'm like, this guy's got it all together.
But for sure, I mean, that's like you're talking about, dude. Like me personally, like I love it. Like when I do well, when I don't do well, like it's all a learning experience. I'm in love with the process, and I'm just like.
But you're not supposed to be great at something instantaneously. I mean, even if it's not an art thing. I mean, like if you want to be a landscaper, you're gonna suck the first day. Like you got to learn. Like
CJ, how long did it take you to get good at landscaping? You've done.
How long did it take me what?
How long did it take you to get good at landscaping? Didn't you do that for
Honestly,
a whole summer in Louisiana?
never got good at it. I was
You're like,
really bad.
First day, this is not for me.
Dude, the whole time, just, I mean.
Landscaping in the swamp, bro. God. How many snakes did you see a day?
Hot. Huh?
How many snakes did you see a day? Were they everywhere?
No, this was in New Orleans, so there wasn't any snakes, just a lot of homeless people. But no, they.
Were you doing like houses or like outside?
Yeah, it was like commercial property. Like we did a Costco, we did like Tulane University.
How did you get through the day?
It was hot as
Is that the
balls.
worst job ever?
It's
It
fucking
was
hard.
so fucking hot.
Did you have the big?
the
We were
South.
like
big hat on
planting.
and
We
the-
were like planting trees.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah,
How
like
big-
tree after tree after tree
Like
after
these size
tree
trees
after
out
tree.
front, like these big trees, or?
like the little medium sized
Okay.
trees,
like a 6 footer.
and then like palm trees sometimes, like in the city, palm trees.
Wow.
And I remember one time, this like guy who was like a supervisor dickhead. He would always show up like just kind of drunk
yell
and
at
just
you
like just yell at us the whole time.
From inside the AC truck.
He's like, "Come on, CJ, go faster!" And I was just like, "I'm trying." I'm like 19. I'm like 19 years old. I'm like, "I'm going." And
bunch of drunken
and like I was
40-year-old
working with a
landscapers.
bunch of like ex-con black dudes,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
were
yeah.
all laughing at me while I was like, "I'm going." Fuck. Yeah, and they were like,
yeah, whiteboard.
they were like, "He said he's going. He said he's fucking going. This little bitch."
Oh, Harry
I was
Potter
like,
ass
yeah, I
motherfucker.
was just like, I was
Let's go.
God, if it's not bad enough, you're like sweating your ass off. You're getting roasted.
all the time. One of
The
them,
son and his
One of
coworkers.
them had all gold fronts, and he would always fuck with me the most. He'd always be like, "Boy, you don't want to go to prison. You too pretty for prison. You get fucked in prison." I'd be like, "All right, man.
Like,
thanks,
I get
dude.
the point.
Thanks
I
for the
get it.
heads up.
Just trying to plant some shrubs here."
You don't want to fuck with
That's
this.
fucking funny, dude.
Insane.
You're like, that is one of many reasons why I don't want to go to prison.
Yeah, you're right. It's number one, actually. Thanks.
Thinking about going, but thank God you told me.
I've always heard so much good things about it.
Dude, that's fucking good. Where did each of you guys, like, I know where you started, CJ, because we've talked before. But you obviously say it, though, because we're doing a podcast right now. Where did each of you guys start?
Comedy in South Florida, both of
I
us.
started in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
South
Fort
Florida,
Lauderdale,
yeah.
Miami.
I
And
was
then met him about a year or so in.
Yeah, I remember it was so funny because the first time I saw Tim, it was like just like this little open mic. It was at Dada's, but it was this little open mic in South Florida. I was maybe 6-8 months in, and I started getting like my first couple of good sets. And just like we were talking about, you start getting like that little bit of like, all right, hey, I'm fucking know what I'm doing. And I started to think like I kind of like knew who'd be funny or not, whatever. And this guy walks in, he looks like this. He looks like a fucking weirdo, dude. And he walks up to the mic, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, this guy's gonna suck. Look at this fucking guy trying to be a comedian. But he goes up and just fucking rips like good bits, like he's making me laugh. And then I remember that to this day, it was like a humbling lesson in comedy where I'm like, you can't always just like fucking judge, like look at someone and go, he's gonna be funny or not. But like,
Especially not in this game, yeah.
yeah. But no, South Florida. I did it in South Florida for about just under 4 years, and then I moved to Chicago, which was I'm originally from. I didn't start comedy there, but I was living in Florida for a while, started comedy, moved back to Chicago, and then from Chicago went to LA, and then now here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I did in South Florida for about 5 or 6 years, and then went out to LA and stayed there for 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Yeah, dude, so in 2012 I tried, like, and I don't even count this obviously because it's nothing, but in 2012, like, I did stand up like 4 or 5 times, like I did a few mics. I did a mic at Ha Ha Cafe, and like I don't even remember what the fuck I said, dude. I had said a couple things that were kind of funny, I guess, and this dude afterwards was like, hey man, that was good. You want to do my showcase, which was just a bar show in Hollywood. So I was like, this is how it's done, bro. Like, why is every time how this hard? This is easy, bro. I'm gonna fucking kill it, dude. I'm a genius. And I went to that bar show and ate a dick, dude, and was just like, fuck this. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that works. I remember my first set ever went okay. Like in hindsight, but like I got laughs, I got through it. Ran the light, by the way. It's a 5-minute mic, and for some reason I never did comedy in my life. Did 8.5 minutes.
Smart move.
So stupid, but it went okay enough, and I was like, oh, it's good. And then I think the next 20 times at least, not one laugh. Like, the next 20 times it's just bomb. Because then it's like you realize, like, yeah, like it's hard. Like you can kind of like catch a little lightning in a bottle on one set, or like it could be like the right crowd or one thing you say. And also your judgment's skewed of like how well it's actually going, But yeah, dude. And then like you realize real quick, like it's not easy, like it's fucking hard.
I had a really good set my first time. Yeah. And I remember thinking, oh, that's it. I'm a comic. I'm done. I'm like, this is my path. And and then you realize,
it's gonna be a little so much in the beginning, and then. Yeah, but then you just, I don't know, but
I remember doing like my first open mic and doing okay. And then it's not so good. I was like, I'm better than everyone that was in there, and some of them have been doing it no one was good. Right. No one was good, but I was like, I'm definitely better than everyone I just saw.
Some people have a little natural charisma, and you can kind of see that, like, and not to be a dick, but there are some people too where you see them and you're just like, it's probably not going to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just watch the guy. Like, there's some guys I know that are like 7 years in, never heard him get a laugh once. I'm like, maybe it's just not for you.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, like,
I see that so much. Like, you were talking about people that fall out. I'm like, I don't think enough people fall out. I think the problem is tell that to these other people in. Like, I don't know how you would put yourself, especially we go back to South Florida, or you'd see it in LA a lot. Comics that have been doing only open mics for their whole career for 7-8 years. And it's just like, how do you do this to yourself? I don't know. That's the delusion.
I think it is. There's a social aspect of it. So like some of these guys maybe don't have a whole lot of friends or personal life, whatever. And then you start doing comedy and everyone's pretty cool. So you kind of like, you make friends, and it's just, it becomes a little bit of a social
You just have to make a room full of people that hate you for 5 minutes every night, and then you can hang out.
You got to understand, we've picked the one fucking... As long as you can manage to spell your name correctly on a piece of paper, you're in, baby. You're done. So you
can literally get on at the Comedy Store.
There's some crazy fucking people that you're gonna chop it up with. But yeah, I've noticed. But it's crazy. I've met my best friends through doing comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met some cool fucking people, man. Yeah.
I've met 3 people I like.
You don't like anybody though, even outside of comedy. Tim has this thing where like it's so funny because he's just everyone's an asshole and everyone's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll like
prove me wrong.
No, we'll like meet someone. I'll be like, that guy's cool. And he's like, I think he's gay. I'm like, that guy's got like a wife and 3 kids. I'm like, he's not gay. And the guy always turns out being gay. I'm like,
gay.
what the fuck?
Mike
The worst
Gadar's,
part, all the assholes love the gay guys, dude. Assholes love gay guys.
goes both
Gay guys
ways.
love assholes. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking funny, man.
And
Yeah.
then when we came through Plano, that's when we met CJ. He was working at Hyenas. And then when he moved out to LA and started working at the studio, and we started recording at the studio, it was like, all right, just come on the
Yeah,
road with us.
I listened. I heard the episode where you guys were talking about how that happened. The Can't Stand You. But CJ's podcast, check it out.
Yeah.
Did you find, like, CJ, when you moved, because you were like going in like new and cold to LA, did you find like your stage time went down, or was it the same, or like your opportunities?
Oh,
to stage
in
time?
LA? Yeah, I didn't do. I feel like I did maybe 10 mics the entire time I was in LA. I think I feel like I did like, I don't know, literally like, because I moved there 6 months before the pandemic, and I didn't know.
Oh
like,
shit! I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, I didn't know like where the mics were. I didn't know anything. So then like I like slowly found out where they were, and then I would go to them, and then you had to pay money, and then you would, go to the Hollywood lab, and then you would just like wait in line, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I literally probably in that 6 months did maybe 25 mics, and then I stayed there for a year. So I pretty much took a year off comedy. That really is like moved to LA, worked at a studio, did comedy sometimes. But other than that, I mean, I seriously didn't do a lot of comedy there. I mean, it's like I said, like maybe 30 mics. And then I did that show with y'all, like a couple shows here and there.
It was terrible. Yeah.
It was just not a good time. But I mean, I think, I don't know. I mean, even the year I took off, I feel like I still got better. I just kept writing. I kept, trying jokes out on friends and stuff. It's not like I stopped, but I mean, yeah, and doing podcasts and shit. I feel like whenever you're around podcasts a lot, you do kind of get like the timing, you get sharp and shit. So I don't know.
There was a saying that you would hear a lot, like, don't move to LA to do the road. If you move to LA, like do the shows in LA. And I kind of had that in my head when I got there. But then what saved me from being in LA was doing the road. Yeah. Because we started working the road like a lot. We were doing our tour. And then I'd just be back on my days off. And that was the best. Because then I wasn't trying to get up on every shitty open mic. We were out doing good clubs. So I'd come back and just hang out and do the decent shows, the decent local shows. It worked out pretty well like that. You timed it really well. Because you moved out there right about when we started touring. I was out there before we were touring, and that was rough.
I moved out in early in 19, but that's the thing is I was only out there for like a good year, and then the fucking pandemic happened,
it fucked everything up. Yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing is you gotta, like, even if you're not getting up as much, but like you said, doing podcasting helps. You gotta write. What's your writing process? You sit down and are you like in a notebook guy?
So what I've been doing is like the
that.
discipline. So what I've been doing is like things will come to me, but what my process has been recently is I don't know if you guys have ever heard like it's like 4 hours almost. It's audio recording of Ari Shaffir talking to new comics at the Comedy Store.
I've heard
it's audio
clips of it. Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, he just sits down and just uncensored advice about everything, about mics, about managers, about fucking everything, right? And he like that whole he has a Damon Wayans story in there where Damon Wayans was like, dude, just write for 10 minutes. Like set a timer on your phone. Everybody's got 10. Just sit there and write for 10 minutes. Even if you don't have any ideas, just fucking blurt out
Stream
shit.
of conscious type.
Yeah, just write and just get into that discipline. And the more you do it every day, the more stuff will come to you and you'll get better and better at it. Just try 10 minutes. So I've been trying to do that. Have I done it every day perfectly? No, but I've been trying to get into that discipline.
Right.
Just is it like a little habit, like a little hurdle to jump over?
I think what's good too, like I was listening to Shane Gillis on a podcast. He said he doesn't write anything. He does his podcast, and then he'll just go and watch his podcast, and he'll be like, "Oh, I said this thing was pretty funny," and he just does bits that way. Like he'll obviously he used to write something, but he says like 90% of his writing just comes from him saying some funny shit on a podcast, and he'll go back and watch it, and then be like, "Oh, that's a good bit," what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. I think it's a good thing too. Like if you got this podcast, you watch it and you're like, oh, this was funny. That was funny. Said that. But yeah, writing through. The thing is, I have such a fucking, and it's not good, but like I have such a hard time with that thing, like sitting down for 10 minutes and just like stream of conscious writing. It's like, I just end up just sitting there holding a pen for 10 minutes, just fucking looking at paper.
Drawing boxes and
I got a pretty blank brain, dude. Yeah. Like, but then like, you know, throughout my day, something will happen, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's funny. I'll just put a note in my phone. Like that's really usually how I write. Like
With me, I'll go, oh man, I'm gonna try to write for 10 minutes today. I'll grab a notepad and a pen, and then I'll go, I should smoke some weed before doing this. And then I end up doing push-ups, and then I, you know, watching music videos, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not writing at all. Like I'm not even doing the thing I thought I was gonna do. I get so sidetracked. I think it's mostly the weed though.
I'll write like that. I'll sit down with my book, but not near as much as I used. When I was my most prolific, when I was turning out,
I'm sorry, just my most prolific.
I would say I'm half as prolific as I used to be when it comes to new jokes. You know,
I just love it's funny.
But when I was right before I left Florida, I was doing decent mics every single night, and I wasn't working a day job. So every day I would wake up, I'd watch the news, and I'd fucking write.
You do write
an hour every day,
dude. You've got like you've got notebooks full. I mean, you write.
But I was coming up. But then the thing was, I was going to mics, and I wanted to have new stuff, and I'd have new bits. What are you laughing at?
I mean, it's just the balls of you to
prolific.
The balls of you to say prolific, say that you hate assholes and gay guys dressed like that. I mean, it's unbelievable. This guy is literally dressed like a gay
That's
asshole.
the proper use of the word, man. I was writing a lot. That was like the phase of my life when I was writing the most new stuff.
Yeah.
I was legit sitting at my desk every day, drinking coffee and writing for an hour. Right.
Yeah.
Now I don't do that, but I like my writing style now more, where now I'll write more on stage, and the jokes sound more like conversation than a scripted joke.
I feel like
but going to the mics that you hosted when I was like 5 years in and wanting to have the best new bit of all my friend comics, that really drove me to write a lot. Now I don't give a fuck.
That's pretty cool.
The best way to force yourself to start writing is to make sure you're getting up a lot, because if you're going to, especially when you're not getting to do like shows, if you're hitting like the mic scene and it's like a lot of the same comics, like you just said, and you're going with the same jokes, it'll force you to be like, I need something fucking new. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll force you to kind of get some new shit.
And because of where I was in my life at that time, I was able to sit and write stuff that I was happy to, couldn't wait to go on stage with. You know, now it's harder for me to fucking sit and write in a book. I also don't like the way that joke comes out now.
It does sound so insane though. Like for me to actively say out loud, like, I don't have 5 minutes to sit down and but I can't seem to do it, bro. Like it's crazy.
Definitely do. That's why
I do.
I'm throwing the phone in the river, man. Fuck that.
Yeah,
it's the biggest time zone.
Big distraction, dude. I remember when I hadn't heard like CJ do any comedy, and he was hosting when you guys came through Hyenas Fort Worth, like last summer or whatever. And I was walking through. I was doing something because I was working the door, so I was going through the red room, the smaller room there. And like, you know how they have the speaker where you can hear everything, like through the bar, the back bar, the server bar or whatever. All I hear is fucking CJ go, lighten the fuck up to the crowd.
Wow.
Were you there?
Sounds like CJ.
That's
one of my. Yo, that's kind of my thing.
How did you end your late show?
You got your catchphrase, bro.
What did you say at the end of the show?
My late show last night, I literally just go, fuck you people.
You go, well, that was the end of my weird speech. Give it up for me. And they were like, what? And you go, or don't fucking clap. Fuck you people. Are you ready for your headliner?
And as they were clapping for me, I was like, no, fuck you people.
I was ready for the headliner. Okay.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he lost it.
Yeah.
Damn.
CJ has this thing. We were
Surprise.
It was one of the first times we were in Dallas Hyenas with him, and he's having this great set, dude. He's up there, he's doing great, and there's like one guy, I guess, that's just kind of like doing this, like arms crossed, not really digging it. And he just fucking goes nuclear on this guy. He goes, "The fuck is your problem, by the way, huh? Just fucking sitting here. No, this guy doesn't even have a drink. He's drinking fucking water. Like the guy might have been sober. You don't know. He's like, this guy's got he's just drinking water, just looking up at me. And I'm just like, dude, there's 200 other people laughing at you right now. He just couldn't get over this one guy. Wasn't into it. He's a fucking loony bird, but that's why we love him, dude. That's why we fucking love him.
Yeah, I mean, last night was just the late show was just a
ready
weird.
for your headliner.
Tim like got fucking stage rust last night.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That was a wild situation, man. So during my set, they had the same lady, wildly drunk.
The Chicago lady?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck her.
Sitting there in front row, just like trashed. And at one point, I don't even know why she did this. At one point, she like handed me her drink And I was like, "Oh, thank you," like whatever. And I like put it on the stool, and I'm like I'm not gonna drink.
I thought you bought you like a
Yeah,
drink.
he asked her. He said, "Did you?"
I thought she was giving me a drink. She's like, "No, take a sip of it." I was like, "What? You're gonna fucking take a sip of your drink? Like I'm gonna get herpes?"
Literally, I was in the back on the side yelling, "Do not do that!
I was like,
Do not
"You psycho!"
Wait, was that the same girl that crawled around to get the chicken tenders?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yes.
gotta tell this. This is
Yeah.
So I'm doing this bit about people that eat at food from 7-Eleven, and she's like, "I do." I'm like, "Of course you do." You know, that makes complete sense. And she was sleeping for the first half of my set, front row. She's just sleeping on her boyfriend, and she woke up in the middle of that bit.
Jesus.
Yeah, she was out cold, and
Bro, they were hammered it.
Wow.
it was Alicia. And she's literally on the front row, curled up on her boyfriend. And she's like, "I eat at 7-Eleven." I'm like, "What do you eat?" The hot dogs, they have those toppings. I'm like, "Well, you ketchup and mustard." So she's talking, and they were
fucking
sharing
great,
a
bro.
4-top, but the other two people had left. It's like midnight. It was after midnight at this point. It was late. And the other two people had left, and their food was still there. And she's talking about she'll eat, 7-Eleven, and then she reaches over to the table next to her, and there was food on the table, and she grabs like a chicken tender or whatever and starts eating it because she's like, "I'll eat anything," and she's like a cute blonde girl.
No. She crawled across
No,
the stage.
that was first. That was
Oh my
first.
God.
She grabs the thing, and I didn't see her do it, but I hear like this wild commotion, and it was in front of Christine and those two couples that are always there. It was right in front of them. And I look and she's chewing on something, and I see the empty plate. I just knew. I'm like, "Did she take their food?" And they're like, everyone's like, "Yes." And she's like, "I'll eat anything." And so I'm on the stage, and there's a table over here that had an empty, the lady from Flint that was upset that they left. And it sounds like everybody left, but it was a long night. And they had like their chicken wings or mozzarella. She crawled on the stage and grabs that plate and goes back and goes and takes a bite and is like offering it to the people behind her, and everybody's going like this.
Dude.
I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, those really nice people were over here. And I was like, "You got to treat these bitches like dogs." I'm like, "No, down." Like, "You got to treat them like a poodle." I was like, "Bad girl."
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, that's the fucking
And then
thing.
she's like holding the plate up to me like she's giving me a treat. Get the fuck out of here.
Manager had no idea what to do either. He was just like, "What do I?" He was like back in the back
yeah,
of the room.
that's
He's like,
right.
"Do I go up?"
I yelled, "Oh yeah, great job, Eric. We sit this one right in the front row." And the whole room was like, "Yeah, why would you do that?" He's like, "Huh?" He actually did come running over, I think, when she got on the stage. Yeah. It was weird because it was one of those like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" There's a lady in a skirt crawling across the stage to get food from someone else's table.
She was kind of hot, too.
I know.
That's what was
You're
weird.
like, you could be getting tons of free food, better stuff. That's the crazy thing, man. Like it's so insane how the demographic of people between the early and late show. It's like a fucking.
Oh my
it's
God.
like a
Last
different.
night is prime of an example of the first show. Great, awesome mix of people,
Awesome show.
well behaved, good crowd, and then the late show was just before they even sat them. You knew.
Wow.
'Cause the show started a little bit late. It started almost 11 o'clock,
Wow.
and it was just like, "This is gonna be."
Even being a year in, you've noticed that too, right?
Yeah, and just like doing the door, you see the kind of people that come in, like versus like at 7 o'clock versus 9 or 10 or whenever the late show starts. It's just like, dude, these are savages, bro. What the fuck, And obviously they went out to the bar first and they didn't drink, so they're already tipsy and guys.
And then they hang them out in
Comedy's
the bar before they
yeah.
seat them, so everyone has another round.
Comedy's a weird thing to like heavy pregame for. I never got when people show up like hammered. I'm like, why do you want to sit here quietly? Because they never do sit quietly, but it's like, like it's good to have a couple drinks. But like,
Last night was a fun show because it was, to me, I enjoyed the aspect of knowing that was a bad crowd. That was a rough crowd, and everyone did pretty well. Like, we all managed to get through it.
Sign of
Nobody
strength.
got like thrown. Nobody was like.
It's a sign that you're fucking.
Nobody got thrown. But even you had a good set though. You just didn't like them. Like, your set was fun, and you were loose up there. You didn't like lose your composure
thing is,
as a performer.
it's not even close to the worst crowd we've ever done. So you're right. I mean, you do enough of this shit.
It could have been though, but I thought everybody handled it pretty well.
It wasn't good, but it was weird though because everyone was still getting laughs.
And then
because
after
it
the
was
show,
like,
every single person's like, "That was a great show. That was a
Yeah.
great show." I'm like, "That's
That's-
one of our worst shows of the year."
let's hope tonight goes better. But
I mean, it was fun. It was
even
fun.
the late show tonight is 9:30, so that's not bad.
Yeah. Tonight's
Yeah.
early.
Well, hey, man, on the note of that, you guys got to get out to a show in
Gotta go to the
Dallas,
show,
Texas,
yep.
man. But thanks for coming by, guys. Anybody listening, man, whether you're listening to this, on Tuesday when it comes out or a couple years from now, man, check out Dope City, man. These guys are fucking hilarious. They're doing clubs all over the country. Check it out. What's that handle again? What's the...
Dope City Comedy.
Just at Dope City Comedy, yeah.
Dope City Comedy, man. Check it out. All right. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. Tune in again. Keep helping me build Crux Nation. Crux, yeah, motherfucker.
Let me hear you say Crux, yeah! Crux, yeah! Let me hear you say Crux, yeah! Crux, yeah!
Crux, yeah, podcast.
Crux proper.